Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about your brand voice, and I'm going to show you how to do that by using underwear. Seriously. Hi, it's Phyllis. Thanks for joining me again today. We're going to be talking about your brand voice, and I've got a couple of examples to show you some really distinct brand voices to help you understand how and why that works. As a rule, for marketers, it doesn't matter how big or small your business is. You really can't and you don't really want to try to appeal to everyone, right? Because the saying is, right, if you're trying to appeal to everyone, you're going to really appeal to no one. So I've got a couple of brands. I know I mentioned underwear, so let's just jump right in. The first brand that I want to mention, I want to show you. All three of these companies market men's underwear, amongst other things. But I chose the men's underwear so we can sort of view that through the lens of the way they talk about it. Duluth Trading is a company that has a lot of fun with it. They talk about having fun, being distinctive. They use sort of a storytelling model, and they describe it as, on their website, it's a lifestyle brand for the modern, self-reliant American. They have lots of fun with it. In fact, some of the names of their underwear, if you go to their site, are called the Buck Naked underwear, which feels like nothing at all, the Armachillo boxer briefs that crank up the cold where it counts. I mean, wouldn't you love to have been in a meeting where they came up with the name Armachillo? You know, that had to come out of like some really fun brainstorming session.
What overheated underwear feels like. What Duluth Armachillo underwear feels like. Duluth Trading Armachillo underwear. Put 'em on ice. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
And then I have another one called Bullpen Corralling Boxer Briefs. Yeah, that's hard to say, but it's hilarious. Swagger without the swing. So obviously they are marketing very specifically to people who have that sense of humor. One of the other interesting things I thought is on their site, everything, they don't use any photography. It's all like artist sort of graphic drawings of their product, even on the product pages, which I think is a really cool brand choice. And I believe that's why it's really distinctive and they're known for that. Let's compare that to Calvin Klein, which has a totally different sensibility. Even in their descriptions, they use words like provocative, modern, progressive, minimalist. Their website is that way too. They have lots of white space. They do use photography, very high-end conceptual photography, and interestingly, their underwear pages show the actual, like a model standing there in the underwear, right? That's a very specific brand choice for them. The pricing for both of these are somewhat similar, which I found kind of interesting. The average price, I think, on both of these are around $23 to $24 a pair. I think Calvin Klein goes up to maybe 30-ish, a little bit more than that. But, you know, very, what I would consider mid to the high range, I think, for a pair of men's boxer briefs. But again, they have a very specific market approach, and they're appealing to a very specific market. Let's compare that to a third brand, Fruit of the Loom, which is, you know, a very iconic, very knowable brand. You know, they have a totally different approach. They talk about value, they talk about comfortable, they talk about being sort of this family, recognized brand. They've been around forever. They talk about that, the length of their expertise in the markets back to the 1850s. And their website reflects that. And they also, again, Fruit of the Loom, you know, we all have had we've seen the commercials and the images of the fruit and guys like dressed up like a bunch of grapes and stuff. They have some fun with it. The way they choose to display the product is they do have photographs, but they're not people in photographs. It's just photographs of the underwear, sort of like artfully arranged. And the pricing and structure is totally different, right? So you can buy 4-pack of Fruit of the Loom men's boxer briefs for $18.99, right? So cheaper than you can buy even one pair of either of the other two brands. They're also marketed differently. You can buy them online at lots of places like Amazon and so forth. They're sold at Target. They're sold at Meyer. They are sold in probably some department stores too, probably not the entire line, but a couple of their lines. So, I hope that just kind of seeing this helps you understand, right? Like whatever you're selling, whether it's a product or service, there's a specific market that you're going to appeal to based on the way that you provide your services, the way that you talk about them, and the market that you're looking to serve. So the 3 things that I hope you'll find helpful with this is, number 1, to be really specific. Really understand who it is you're marketing to, and don't be afraid to get even more specific than you think you should. Use these as a guide, right? So I'll use Duluth as another brand. Again, they're talking about sort of these outdoorsmen kind of people. There's 20-something that are in extreme sports that probably would like the Duluth brand, but Duluth's not really trying to market to them, even though they could, and there's some crossover, I'm sure, right? But they're willing to be really specific and have this conversation with their customers that they think are really going to appeal and really like and develop this brand loyalty. The second thing that I hope you come away with is the business model, right? The way that you market and the way that you do this is wrapped up in the business model and how you deliver your products and services, how you price them. I'm willing to bet, I'm not an expert in this, but I'm willing to bet if you took the raw material of the Duluth brand, the Calvin Klein brand, and the Fruit of the Loom brand, the actual raw materials of all 3 of those, there's probably not a huge difference. There may be some difference in the quality of the cotton, that sort of thing, but raw material wise, there's not a huge difference, but there is a big difference in the way they're marketed, and there's definitely a big difference in the pricing. $27 a pair versus 4 pair for $20, that's significant. And again, those are key marketing strategies based on their business model. The last thing I would encourage you to do, the last takeaway, is to not be afraid to take a stand. Not be afraid to say, here's who we are, here's how we do it, here's who we're serving, and here's our style. Okay, thanks. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment space below. I'll be happy to get back to you. If you need help and you would like somebody to help you deconstruct some of your marketing pieces and help you get some of this clarity, I'd be happy to do that as well. Next week, I'm going to be talking about my 4 go-to sort of hacks. I hate using the word hacks, but that's what they are, that help me when I'm stuck or when a client of mine is stuck and we're really trying to figure out what to do next from a content perspective. So hope you'll be here for that, and thanks for joining me. Bye.